Gardevoir EX was an instant Tier 1 deck with the release of Scarlet and Violet. Tord Reklev was able to take the archetype to a second place finish at the European International Championships, and now with Paldea evolved, Gardevoir EX is looking even better poised for the North American International Championships. Gardevoir EX is more consistent, more streamlined, and more powerful than ever before. But one of the most difficult decisions is figuring out exactly which new cards to play in your Gardevoir EX deck. In today's video, I'm going to show off my favorite way to play Gardevoir EX and then run some games against Jesse's Single Strike Lugia V-Star deck featuring Snorlax. One of the things that makes Gardevoir EX such a powerhouse in Standard right now is that it uses Iono better than any other deck in the format. Iono is an incredible new supporter from Paldea Evolved. It requires that each player shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck, then draw a card for each of their remaining prize cards. So early on in the game, you can use this to churn through your deck and see 6 new cards, and at the end of the game, you can use Iono to disrupt your opponent's hand and limit their options available. With 4 copies of Iono, you pretty much always have the option to disrupt your opponent at the end of the game, and with one of the most robust draw engines in the history of the Pokemon TCG, you can easily use Iono and then fill your hand back up with onboard draw. Another new card I really love in Gardevoir decks is Spiritomb with the Fettered in Misfortune ability. Fettered in Misfortune makes it so that basic Pokemon V have no abilities, so it turns off Genesect V's Fusion Strike System ability and stops Lumineon V from using its Luminous Sign ability, so a very disruptive card. Gardevoir is a deck that usually takes a couple of turns to get going, and what Spiritomb does is it slows down other top decks like Lugia and Mew, giving you enough time to set up so that you can overwhelm the board with huge one-hit KO attacks. The other new cards from Paldea Evolved are Super Rod and Artisan. Artisan is great for early game consistency and helping you set up. It's also good for fishing out basic Pokemon after you recover them back to the deck with Super Rod. Super Rod is a game changer for Gardevoir decks, being able to recover Pokemon and energy on the fly without needing to use up your supportive return is just really, really powerful. Now, there are definitely some flex spots in this list. You'll notice I'm not playing any copies of Reversal Energy, and I also don't have a third copy of Rare Candy. A Reversal Energy and a Rare Candy could be good choices in this deck too. If you decided to cut Spiritomb, that could be a third Rare Candy. Some people are also cutting the 4th Level Ball, which you could play a Reversal in that spot as well. But I place a premium on setting up. I really do. I think that setting up is the most important thing for any Gardevoir deck. That's why I like as many search cards as we can possibly fit, because when you get 3 or 4 Curlia into play on turn 2, those are the games that you're going to be winning more often than not with this deck. Though a third Rare Candy I think would be quite good. Some people might cut the second research for it, but again, that does feel kind of greedy to me. With Gardevoir EX decks, I think consistency is key. So you just want to be playing a core that will allow you to set up every single game and put yourself in the mix so that you can launch big attacks, Iono your opponent to low at the end, and come out on top. Check out the deck in action in the games ahead and let me know what you think of Gardevoir EX in our standard format in the comments below. This deck is so broken.
Let me guess, you started the Mew?
Of course.
They always start the Mew, man.
It's so broken. This deck has plot armor, dude. All right. Good luck.
And good luck. I will draw for turn. Serviceable hand, I would say. Yeah, let's start with Messagoza, and I will flip for Messagoza. Flip a coin if heads, search my deck for a Pokemon. Tails. That means Andrew's going to flip heads.
That's how that works.
That's just what that means.
That's how that works.
I'll play Nest Ball. Off Nest Ball, I will grab Lugia V. I'll attach Gift Energy to Snorlax, and then I'll pass to you.
All right. Draw for turn. I've got one of those magical Gardevoir hands that just makes this deck look like the most broken deck ever created. Honestly, I don't know how they always have it, but they just always do. This deck is incredibly cracked. I'll start with Battle VIP Pass. Search my deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them straight onto my bench. And we're going to take a quick look at what we've got going on in the deck. With Battle VIP Pass, I'll get Spiritomb and Ralts. Put those down. I'll flip for Messagoza. Tails.
Hey. We both don't get to look.
I'll bench Ralts and play Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 cards. I'll use Mysterious Tail. I'll take a Level Ball. And then I'll play Level Ball to get 1 more Ralts, and I'll put it on my bench. And then I will pass to you.
Okay, draw. It's a great top deck. I'm going to start with Messagoza. Heads. Of course, when I don't actually need it is when I flip heads, but we'll take it. I will just straight away go get an Archeops with my Messagoza. And then I will play Ultra Ball to discard 2 Archeops.
He's cracked. What'd you top deck?
Ultra Ball.
He's cracked.
Off Ultra Ball, I will grab Yveltal, one of the best cards against Gardevoir. I'm going to evolve to Lugia V-Star and then use my Summoning Star V-Star power to put 2 colorless Pokemon from my discard onto my bench. And then I'll use Primal Turbo, search my deck for 2 special energies and attach them to one of my Pokemon. I'll grab Therapeutic Energy and Jet Energy. I'll attach V-Guard to Lugia, and then I'll play Professor's Research. And then I'll use Thumping Snore for 180, and because of Therapeutic Energy, I do not fall asleep.
That's sick. I'll promote Spiritomb and draw. I'll play Rare Candy to evolve Ralts into Gardevoir. Bench Radiant Greninja. I'll play Iono.
I take 5, you take 6.
Yep. I'll use Shining Arcana. And Concealed Cards. I'll use Messagoza. Heads.
Hey.
And I'll grab a Kirlia and evolve my Ralts into Kirlia. I'll also play Level Ball to grab a second Kirlia and evolve my other Ralts. I'll counter Messagoza with Artisan, and I'll play Artisan to get the final Ralts out of my deck and put it on my bench. I'll use Refinement to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. And I'll use Refinement again to discard Psychic Energy and draw 2. I'll attach a basic Psychic Energy from my hand to Kirlia, and I'll pass to you.
You're not going to stun lock me with Spiritomb, man? What the heck?
I'm not going to lock you out of playing the game. I had game, bro. I had game. This is crazy.
All right. I'll draw for turn. Spiritomb's quite annoying because if not, I actually would really like to Luminion for boss this turn. And then I even have the Collapse to bump it. So like Spiritomb, very annoying. I'll use Capturing Aroma, flip a coin if heads. Search my deck for an evolution. If tails, search my deck for a basic. It is tails. Off the Aroma, I'll take Tyranitar V, and then I will use Artisan. Go get another Snorlax.
Gotta say, this single prize focused Lugia is, whew. The Snorlaxes.
Yeah, it's working pretty good right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I don't see a reason to commit any energies with Primal Turbo. So I'll just use Thumping Snore for the knockout.
All right, Jesse taking another prize, and I have to claw my way back into this game starting now. So let's see what we can come up with. I'll promote Gardevoir and draw. I'll play Level Ball just to thin my deck. With Level Ball, I'll grab Manaphy. I'll Shining Arcana. I could Boss's Orders up to Lugia and then play Collapsed and then force you to discard one of your single prizers, which is like kind of cool for me. Ultra Ball, discarding Battle VIP Pass and Manaphy. And with the Ultra Ball, I'll grab Gardevoir. I'll conceal cards to discard that and draw 2. I'll use Refinement to discard Luminion and draw 2. I'll evolve Curlia into Gardevoir. I'll Shining Arcana.
Hey.
And then I'll play Fog Crystal. Refinement again to discard Fog Crystal and draw 2. I'll evolve Curlia into Gardevoir EX. And I'll Boss's Orders Lugia. I'm going to Ultra Ball, discarding Psychic Energy and Gardevoir EX to go get another Curlia. I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Spiritomb and Gardevoir EX back into the deck. And I'll play Fog Crystal to go get the Spiritomb back.
What the heck, man?
I'll play Collapse Stadium.
Okay.
To discard my Radiant Greninja, because at this point I've only got a handful of cards left in the deck, so it does not matter. And this is a pretty insane board. And I still have one more Refinement if I want it, but I don't even want to use it. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 6 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Gardevoir. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. I was really hoping that Spiritomb wouldn't come back because I really wanted to this turn Luminion Gus KO with Yveltal. Let's just promote Snorlax. Alright, draw for turn. I'll attach Gift Energy to Yveltal. I really don't think there's anything I can do with his hand, so I'll just Thumping Snore for the knockout.
Okay, Gardevoir goes down with all 8 of those energy. And Jesse's at 3 prizes remaining. I'll promote Gardevoir and draw for turn. I'll Shining Arcana. I'll play Palpad to shuffle 2 Boss's Orders back into my deck. I'll use Refinement to discard Cresselia and draw 2. Dang. I'll play Super Rod. Shuffle back in Gardevoir, Radiant Greninja, and an energy. I'll Super Rod those back into the deck. Ultra Ball for Radiant Greninja. And I'll use Concealed Cards. And I'll boss up Archeops.
Nice.
And I'll use Psychic Embrace to put
60.
Yep. 3 Psychic Energy here. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Draw. Primal Turbo. Archeops, 2 single strike energies on Yveltal.
Okay.
I guess at this point, I think I will play the Nest Ball. I will fail it.
Okay.
See, I want to bench this other Tyranitar, but that just seems like a bad idea. Attach double Turbo onto Archeops, and then I'll play down Pumpkaboo to get rid of Collapsed. And then I'll play my own Collapsed. Kind of playing my hand down. And then, yeah, I will Thumping Snore.
Okay. Gardevoir goes down, and I will promote Curlia and draw. Oh my gosh, and then
I got one
you
left.
can win with Tyranitar.
Yeah.
Just
That's
to,
why I was counting.
Mill.
Yeah. After you play your second Super Ra is what I counted. I was like,
Okay, yes. All right, well, that's fine. I'll use Refinement to discard Iono and draw 2. I'll evolve into Gardevoir and use Boss's Orders on Archeops.
Sure.
Now you cannot power up Tyranitar.
Correct.
Yes.
You got me there.
Yes. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 3 energy onto Gardevoir. And I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Draw. Oh, thank goodness. I'll attach Single Strike Energy to Yveltal, and then I'll play Professor's Research.
Okay.
Play Capturing Aroma. Tails. Just grab Tyranitar.
Yep.
Man, this Snorlax, I think, has taken every single prize. He's taking. This is gonna be his 5th prize in a row. Good job, Snorlax. And then I'll use Thumping Snore.
Yeah. This is not great for me because I have to count on Jesse just not having a boss off of a gift energy to 7, which is not great.
I have 1 in my hand right now.
Yeah. So like there's
But
2 in
there
there.
is 2 in there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
There's no way around it, right? And that is one of the tough things about Gardevoir versus this deck is you're just always going to have that 2 prize liability. I feel like I capitalized on absolutely everything I could.
Yeah.
I feel like I did everything.
Yeah.
Everything is to the best of my ability in this matchup, and there's just not really, with Lugia having that solid of a start and going first, it was like, okay. I think in order for me to keep up, I would have had to get that turn 2 attack. I'll promote Gardevoir and draw the last card in my deck. Bench Zacian. I'll attach Psychic Energy and Iono. And then I'll Psychic Embrace 1 here. And Psychic Embrace a couple here. And then I'll retreat. And Storm Slash for the knockout.
And I do have the boss in my hand.
So sick.
3, 4, 5, 6. And then draw for turn. And then I will play Boss's Orders on Gardevoir. And I will use Single Strike Wings for the knockout.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, it was.
That was a really good game. That was super close.
Yeah.
It came down to the wire for sure. Again, yeah, that difference maker just being getting set up first, going, getting in there, turn 2 attack, turn 3 attack. That turn where I bossed up the Lugia, collapsed and forced one of your single prizers down and took those 2 prizes like that. That's like what Gardevoir is capable of. It feels like once you kind of set up, it feels like you have the entire deck in your hands.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You too.
Drop. Pretty solid opening hand for Gardevoir. We've got Battle VIP Pass, Level Ball, Ultra Ball, and Lumineon, if I care to use that next turn. Kick things off with Battle VIP Pass. And there's already a 2 prizer there with the Tyranitar, so I think I'm going to not worry about the tomb this game. Off Battle VIP Pass, I'm going to get Ralts and Radiant Greninja. Put those down. I'll use Concealed Cards to discard a Psychic and draw 2. And I'll play another Battle VIP Pass. Let's go. I've got Lumineon and Collapsed in my hand, so I think I'm going...
Yeah, sure.
Double Ralts. We're going to go double Ralts off the second Battle VIP Pass. I'll play Lumineon, and I'll use Luminous Sign. And with Luminous Sign, I'll grab a Professor's Research out of my deck and put it in my hand. And then I'll play Collapse myself to remove Lumineon. And I'll pass to you.
Yep. I do kind of like guaranteeing the gift on a Tyranitar. So I think I'll just attach the gift and then play Professor's Research. Discard my hand, draw 7. Got Ultra Ball and Archeops, and then just got to decide what other card to discard. I think I'll just get rid of the Urn here. So I'll Ultra Ball, discard Archeops, and Urn of Vitality. So off Ultra Ball, I will get Lugia V. Then I'll bench Lugia. I'll bench Snorlax. No, I actually won't bench Snorlax, just because I only have 4 bench spaces. And then I'll pass to you.
Sweet. I'll draw. I'll play Level Ball. Off Level Ball, I'll grab Kirlia. And I'll evolve my benched Ralts into Kirlia. I'll Ultra Ball, discarding 2 Psychic Energy. And I'll get a second Kirlia that I'll evolve straight into play. This is what's so crazy about Gardevoir is, like, I'm about to draw, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards just on board right now. And then it
Plus
could be
research.
could be 15. Well, that's with the research. Could be 15. Could be 17.
Yeah.
I could see 17 cards this turn. And then I'll play Professor's Research, discarding my hand, and I'll draw 7 cards. Play Fog Crystal, and I'll grab a basic Psychic Energy. I'll play another Fog Crystal, and grab another basic Psychic Energy. And now we draw. I'll use Concealed Cards and draw 2. Refinement, discard Psychic and draw 2. Another Refinement to discard Psychic, and I'll draw 2. I'll use Rare Candy to evolve into Shining Arcana Gardevoir. I'll use Shining Arcana. I'll Ultra Ball, discarding Battle VIP Pass and Mew. Off of Ultra Ball, I'll get Gardevoir EX. And I'll Rare Candy and evolve my active Ralts into Gardevoir EX. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 2 Psychic Energy to Gardevoir EX so that I can retreat it. I'll attach from hand to Kirlia and retreat Gardevoir EX into Shining Arcana Gardevoir. And then I'll use Psychic Embrace to put 6 Psychic Energy onto my Gardevoir. And that is a turn 2 Brainwave for 240 damage in the knockout.
Yeah, that's really good. I've never seen that's the first time I've seen the double Rare Candy turn 2. That's wild. And you went first. So it's like, wow. Okay. So off Gift Energy, I will draw 3 cards. I'll promote Lugia V, draw for turn. Yeah, let's Ultra Ball away Research and Pumpkaboo for a Lugia V-Star. And then I will use Summoning Star. After the Summoning Star, I'm going to bench Snorlax, and then I'm going to use Primal Turbo to put a Gift and a Therapy Energy onto Snorlax. And then I'll use another Primal Turbo to put a V-Guard onto Lugia. And then I'll play Jet Energy to let me move my Snorlax to the active. Then I'll play Iono.
Ooh, okay.
So you put your hand on the bottom of your deck and you get 4 and I get 6. I'll immediately bench Yveltal. And then I will use Thumping Snore for knockout.
And you don't go to sleep because of the therapeutic energy.
Yep.
Super good. I'll promote Kirlia and draw. I'll counter my own Collapsed with Artisan. I'll play Level Ball. With Level Ball, I'll grab Spiritomb. And I'll put the Spiritomb onto my bench. And then I'll play Iono. I get 4, you get 5. I'll use Refinement to discard Boss's Orders and draw 2. I'll use Refinement again to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. I'll play Super Rod. I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Ralts and Gardevoir, those 2, back into my deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll use my Artisan to go get Ralts. I'll evolve Kirlia into Gardevoir and play Fog Crystal to get a Psychic Energy out of my deck. I'll Shining Arcana. And I'll play Pal Pad to shuffle 2 boss's orders from my discard pile back into the deck. Attach from hand to my bench Curlia. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 2 Psychic Energy to my active Gardevoir, and I'll use Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. Off gift, I will draw 2 cards. Yeah. Draw. Really want a boss's orders.
But
yeah, Spiritomb. I'll use Artisan to get Snorlax. And then I'll use Primal Turbo to put a double Turbo and a V-Guard onto Snorlax. And then I'll use Primal Turbo again to put a double Turbo onto Archeops. Then I'll retreat. And I'll use Thumping Snore for the knockout. And then I flip 2 because he's asleep. Still sleepy.
okay, I will promote Curlia and draw for turn. Level ball, and I just want to grab another Curlia out of the deck to give me as much draw power as I can, because I would really like to find a boss's orders this turn so that I can hopefully knock out that Lugia V-Star. That would be great. I'll use Refinement to discard Manaphy and draw 2. And then I'll evolve my bench Ralts into Curlia and use Refinement again to discard Cresselia and draw 2. What's it take to do 310? To
310?
Uh-huh.
You need 9 energy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like I did not quite get there, which is...
Because 9 energies does 330.
unfortunate. So that's fine. I'll boss his orders Eviltal. And I'll use Psychic Embrace. I'll retreat Curlia into Gardevoir EX. And then I'll use Psychic Embrace. I'll use Miracle Force for the knockouts.
I'll just promote Lugia, draw. 1 turn too late, boss. Nest Ball. Fail Nest Ball. And then I'll bench Tyranitar and use Primal Turbo. Put a single strike and a double turbo on Tyranitar, and then use my other Archeops to put a Jet Energy onto Lugia. Then I'll attach for turn onto Tyranitar. Suppose I'll play Aroma, Tails, search for a Lugia, and then Ultra Ball away Lugia and Lugia V-Star for Luminion. And then I'll replace Artisan with Messagoza, use Messagoza, heads, search for a Lugia V-Star, and then I'll retreat and use Single Strike Crush for the knockout.
All right, Jesse takes 2 prize cards, but promotes a 2 prize Pokemon, so all I have to do is knock it out. I'll promote Spiritomb and draw for turn. And here we go. Refinement to discard 2. I can draw out my whole deck. Refinement to discard 2. And then I'll evolve into Gardevoir EX, bench Zacian V, attach and retreats, and we can Psychic Embrace however many energy we need to take this knockout. I'll
6.
do 3, 6, 9.
Yeah, that seems like enough.
Storm Slash.
Nice.
And that's GG's.
GG. Yeah, that went a little better for you
It did.
than last game for sure.
Yeah, being able to get that first attack, also you opening a
Yeah.
2-prizer.
When Gardevoir gets the first attack, it feels really bad because at the very least, usually when you're playing against Gardevoir with like a deck like this, you're like, okay, I'm going to be the aggressor. I'll take the first prize.
Right.
And then they respond KO. And then from there, it's just a back and forth. But when Gardevoir takes the first prize, it's it's rough.
Stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When they go rare candy,
double rare candy. Oh my word, that's crazy.
It's the one thing about this list. Like I do kind of want the third rare candy.
Yeah, right.
But all the other cards are broken.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
Spiritomb. All right, draw for turn. I'm gonna attach single strike energy, bench Snorlax, and then pass to you.
Draw for turn. I've got Rare Candy Guardy and 3 Curly in my hand, but...
Oh, am I getting Ionoed?
You might be getting
Let's
Ionoed.
freaking go.
Yeah, so... Start off with Fog Crystal, and let's take a look and see what we got going on in this deck. I'm feeling like... I mean, it's Ralts or Mew, right? Those are like the 2 you're going to. I don't have an energy yet, so I can't even retreat the tomb. So I think I'm just going Ralts, and then we could decide after. Ralts is like the safe bet. Like I have no idea what the next 6 cards of my deck are going to look like. So by far, we definitely want a Ralts. So I'll grab that first off the Fog Crystal.
I mean, I don't have a Lugia down, so you're not really threatened right now.
Nah.
I mean, I can double turbo, take a knockout next turn.
Yes, you can. With that, I'll play Iono.
Yep. I had research in my hand, but a lot of energy, so I'm glad I don't have to discard those.
This deck is broken for sure. Battle VIP Pass. With Battle VIP Pass, I'll grab Radiant, Greninja, and Ralts. Put them straight onto my bench. I'll use Concealed Cards to discard a Psychic Energy and draw 2. Bench 2 Ralts, and I'll use Fade Out for 10 damage.
So I'm going to draw. Ooh, Messagoza, that's pretty good. So yeah, let's start with a Messagoza, and then I'm going to use the Messagoza. Visitails. Okay, still pretty good here, because I have the Burnett, so I'm going to play the Professor Burnett in my hand. Burnett, I will discard 2 Archeops. And then I do need to go get me a Lugia V, so I'm going to Ultra Ball, discarding Therapeutic Energy and Boss for a Lugia V. And then honestly, since you have that Spiritomb in your hand, I think I should just... I think I have to like preemptively Luminion for like a research. Because if I don't, I'll just be stuck. So I'm going to use Luminous Sign. I'll get an Iono. I'll get an Iono for next turn. And unfortunately, I do not have a double turbo in my hands.
To mill 2 cards.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even take a knockout anyways, so I guess it's not that bad.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even know if I want to commit energy to this guy, because if he gets knocked out. So I'll pass to you.
Draw. We're going to start off with Concealed Cards, discard a Psychic Energy, and draw 2. Find a Level Ball, so that is very good. Play Level Ball. And we just want to grab some Kirlia and start drawing cards. I think I am just going to Luminion for research and go. That just seems like... I was going to conceal cards and see if I drew like a research off of concealed cards, then I would not put Luminion down. But I have a feeling like, Jesse's got 3 Pokemon V in play.
Yeah, I'm not loving it.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see that. I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia, and I'll play Luminion V and use Luminous Sign. And with Luminous Sign, I'll get Professor's Research and put it into my hand. I'll attach a Psychic Energy to Radiant Greninja and play Professor's Research to discard my hand and draw 7 cards. Refinement to discard Psychic and draw 2. I'll play Level Ball and grab a Kirlia, and I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia and use Refinement again to discard Battle VIP Pass and draw 2. I'll attempt Messagoza. Hence.
Not fair.
Get another Kirlia. I'll evolve Ralts into Kirlia, and I'll use Refinement to discard Basic Psychic and draw 2. I'll Ultra Ball, discarding Worker and Cresselia to get a 4th Kirlia. And this is insane. I'm going to be... This is nuts, dude. This is absolutely insane. I'll use Refinement to discard Iono and draw 2 cards. I'll pass to you.
Okay, I'll use Messagoza. So heads. I will grab a Lugia V-Star. And then I will use Summoning Star. Put 2 Archeops into play. It feels really, really bad to single strike Crush, but probably what's going to be what I have to do, unfortunately. Unless I go all 4 single strike energies. And then I will play Iono. So I will use Primal Turbo. Put a double turbo onto Tyranitar. And then I will use another Primal Turbo to put a V-Guard onto Lugia. Okay, and then I'll attach Single Strike Energy from hand. And I will use Single Strike Crush. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, man. We'll promote Curlia and draw. I'll use Messagoza. It's the tails. I'll Ultra Ball, Level Ball, and Battle VIP Pass. I'll Ultra Ball for Gardevoir EX and put it into my hand. Refinement to discard Psychic and draw 2. Refinement to discard Psychic and draw 2. How many cards are in your hand?
6.
Okay. I'll evolve into Gardevoir and evolve into Gardevoir EX. And then I'll play Iono. And I'll draw 6. You get 5. I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Radiant Greninja, Spiritomb, and Gardevoir from my discard pile back into my deck. This deck's so crazy. You could do anything. You have total control.
Basically guaranteed to find a collapse if it's in the deck.
I already have it.
He's already got it.
I've already got the search card. I could just go get it. I'm going to collapse Illuminion. I'm going to put Spiritomb back into play. It's ridiculous. Shining Arcana. I'll bench Spiritomb. And I'll play Collapsed. I'll use Refinement to discard a Psychic and draw 2. Refinement to discard Ultra Ball and draw 2. And then you said 6 is the magic number?
6 is indeed the magic number.
Cool. Let's do that. And I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 6 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Gardevoir. I'll attach a Psychic Energy from my hand to my benched Curlia to prep it for a bigger knockout next turn if I'd like to. Those 6 energy place 120 damage on Gardevoir, and I'll Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. I'll promote Snorlax and draw. I will Primal Turbo. Therapy and Gift Energy. I will bench another Snorlax. Attach Jet Energy to Snorlax. And Thumping Snore for the knockout.
Sweet. Guardy goes down. Jesse takes a prize. Ties it up at 4-4. I'll promote Curlia and draw. I do need to play around the Tyranitar Mill. So just need to make sure that that's not a thing.
Might be able to catch some Guardy slipping with the Tyranitar.
You definitely can. You definitely can. I'll evolve my active Curlia into Gardevoir and use Shining Arcana. And I'll boss up Lugia V-Star.
Darn.
Attach an energy from hand to Gardevoir. I'll use Psychic Embrace to accelerate 6 Psychic Energy from my discard pile to Gardevoir, placing 120 damage on it. I'll play Super Rod to shuffle Ralts, Gardevoir, and a Psychic Energy back into my deck. I'll Palpad to shuffle Iono and Boss's Orders back into my deck. I do have a thicker deck now, so I can Refinement, which is fine. I'll do that. I'll use Refinement to discard Radiant Greninja and draw 2. And I'll bench Ralts. And then I'll use Brainwave for the knockouts.
Yep. Man, if I just had Boss Like, that's what I keep thinking every turn. I'm like, I just need a boss. I mean, the Snorlaxes are doing their job for sure, but I need more than that. I need to take 2 prizes. All right, draw for turn. I'll bench Yveltal, Scramble Turbo, a gift onto Yveltal. I think I definitely should have done that on Lugia last turn because then I would have had a higher chance of finding a boss, which is really what I need. Yeah, I don't really have much else to do. I will just Thumping Snore.
Guardy goes down. Jesse goes to 3 prizes left. And I will promote Ralts and draw. I'll Rare Candy into Gardevoir EX. And I'll bench Zashi and V. I'll Psychic Embrace to accelerate 3 energy to Gardevoir EX. I'll Boss's Orders Archeops. And Miracle Force for no.
Yveltal, draw. Play Masagoza, use Masagoza. Tails. Pretty much game. I needed Masagoza to heads, and then I would have got a Tyranitar. Not that it matters, you can spawn KO. I get a Tyranitar, earn, and then even then I wouldn't have been able to do it. So yeah, I am pretty much cooked at this point. So yeah, you got it.
GG's. Yep. Yeah, that was rough for sure.
Oh yeah, Gardevoir. That deck's really good.
Look at the discrepancy, and this is why it's like Gardevoir is just the best deck, because look at the discrepancy between how many cards you're drawing to find those boss and how many cards I'm drawing.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, well, I'm going to see like 15 cards.
And like, that's why Luminian's in the deck.